実は私、異端審問官やってまして。
そうですか。それは。
Okay.
娘さんには
Come on, Badeni.
おお、理解してくれますか。
I just hope this is a misunderstanding from my side and he's not actually after them.
用がないようだけに言えないままずるずる。でまあそれは置いといて、最近ちょっと通報の手紙が届きまして、怪しいと思い頻度分析を用い解読した結果、内容のほとんどは高度な。
Oh my god, is it his diary?
後半数ページ、急に異質な宇宙を指示する内容になっていたと。
If multiple people across generations come to the same conclusion, it has to be true. Come on.
まあこういう場合、地道に情報を集めていくしかない。
Oh, Novak, please.
申し訳ないですが、あなた方の研究ちょっと見せてもら
Okay, Badeni, I trust in Badeni. He is smart enough. Unlike Raphael, who was still a child, Badeni has experience with this. And his attitude, Novak's attitude, tells me that he doesn't have much to go on right now. Or at least, I'm hoping. I mean, this could just be his way. Okay, okay. It's very believable. Wow, this show is very dark. Oh my god. I can barely see anything. It is dark in more ways than one. Teetering on the truth. Calm down, calm down. He must have thought of this beforehand. Good, good. He must have. Like, preparing for the worst case scenario. Now, he could still have a suspicion and come back later. Fuck. Oh! That necklace is going to be his undoing. He's gonna remember. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Does the opening... Is the opening done by the same guy as the one who did Osama ranking opening? It feels very similar, the vibe. I'm not sure if someone had commented this in an earlier episode. Anyway, amazing opening. Get to enjoy it. But yeah, focus now here. The episode title, Raphael's statement, heliocentrism is my faith, if I remember correctly from episode 3. This, it's rattled Novak definitely. The same necklace here. He recognizes it. Maybe it needs time to... Yeah, take a deep breath. He got something. Check for the necklace. He did notice it. Oh man. Obviously he recognized it. God damn it, Ogiji. It's almost like a... How do I say this? Yeah, yeah. Oh boy. He'll probably come back with accomplices, reinforcements. Ooh, almost looked like someone burning at the stake again. The fire. What about you?
手紙を一通書いて世界でまた会おう。
Damn. So much has happened.
すべて燃やすんですか。
He feels connected to all this, attached to all this.
残すのは危険だ。まあ仮に危険がなくとも残さないかな。
It's difficult for Okuchi, even more so because he's built his own identity based on all these previous events, right? And to see it burning.
なんだ今さら文句があるのか。
いえ、そんな。
Come on, say it. It's not just his work.
排除しすぎると間違いに気づきにくくなるのでは。それは研究にとって良くないんじゃ。
Yes, yes, tunnel vision
で、いや、
and limited perspective.
やっぱ俺研究とかわかんないし。
No man, that's a fair point.
忘れてください。
続けろ。
And Badini will listen as long as it is logical.
キャスト博は。
Oh,
手間のある現状の宇宙
yes, yes, yes. You are gonna become
新しい宇宙を見つけようとしたんですよね。
another Piast.
俺たちとキャスト博にはどれほどの差があるんでしょうか。
You have to give free access to knowledge.
計算で誤差を競うことはできる。キャスト博と俺たちに大した差はない。でも彼は自ら自分が間違っている可能性を信じ、それを受け入れた。
指導説が間違いだとでも言いたいのか。
You need differing
そ
opinions.
うじゃなくて、
You need to be challenged.
俺が言いたいのはその自らが間違ってる可能性を肯定する姿勢こそが
That is how
学術
science
とか研究には大
is
切なんじゃ
done.
ないかってことです。第三者による反論が許されない。
Yes.
それは信仰だ。
Wow.
信仰の尊さは理論や理屈を超えたところにあると思い
Wow,
ますが、
Okuji.
それは研究と住み分けられるべきでは。昔それが希望だと教わったからです。託すとか任せるとか一見聞こえはいいですけど、実際他人が自分の思い通りに受け継ぐか
Yeah,
わ
man.
からない。それどころ
I
か
feel sad for Rafael because
思
of
いも
that.
よらない反論をされる可能性もあるわけで。
He would never know
だから
where his
託すの
research
って
took
不安でとても
took
希
the
望とは
world.
思えない。
It's very scary. It's very
でも
uncertain.
実はむしろ反論や訂正をされることが託すことの本質というか、
And this feels emotional to hear all
誤解
this
とか事故とか予想外の存
because
在
this is what's happened in history, right?
を前に向かわせる希望なのかもしれないって思ったんです。
Well said.
まあもちろん地動説はやばいから簡単に他人に教えるわけにはいかないですが、
And you called him a commoner, a peasant.
だが同意はしない。その話は大変危険だ。
しかしこれはさっきも言った通り、
You have to find a
研究
middle
姿勢の話であ
ground.
って進行上の危険は
研究姿勢だからだ。その姿勢を研究に採用してしまうと、我々は目指すべき絶対真理を、
How would one individual know the absolute truth?
そして学者は永久に未完成の海を漂い続ける。その悲劇を我々に受け入れろと。
そうです。それでも間違いを永遠の正解だと信じ込むよりましては。
I love this debate going on. It's challenging him on every front.
その件については後日また考
You lost.
え
You lost, man. Just admit it. You're wrong. Wow, Okji has
いつか
so much resolve.
はい。
His face, his posture when he was saying all that, he didn't sound hesitant. No,
どうした行かないのか
no. They're already here.
来た。
あ
放射が来てる。
You can see it. Oh god, oh
異
god,
端審問官の馬車だ。
oh god. Novak, you son of a bitch. So much for departing.
ここに来るまで何分かかる。
おそらく4、5分。
Jesus. I understand your frustration, man. It's so fucking
それを火
annoying.
に入れてくれ。そしたら地下から逃げろ。私も荷を詰めたら行く。
はい。
He just compartmentalizes all his rage
書くっていうのは
and his clear,
時間などない。
patient mind into two separate entities. He switches between one and the other. Sometimes completely calm and rational, and then he just flips.
ちょっと一つ話していいかな。ぶち切れてる。
その手紙って重要だったんですか？
当たり前だろ。私の計画だぞ。しかしこうなった以上中止だ。だいたい書くだけじゃ意味がない。昨日までだったら郵送できたが、今日から教会へ届く手紙は全て検閲されるだろう。
Writing a
だから
letter to the church.
地下通路を通って教会に置いてかなきゃならんが。
Time to take up the sword.
おい、死ぬ気か。
わかりません。ですが、時間は稼ぎます。
The first time he's gonna swing his sword by his own agency, his own choice.
彼ら聖職者に剣を向けることになるぞ。
このままでは二人とも捕まる可能性が高い。
And he's gonna kill them.
だったら、一人でも生き残る道を優先すべきです。
ことの重大さが分かってないな。これで君はほぼ確実に地獄に落ちる。この研究のためにそこまでする義理はないだろう。
前、なんで本なんか書くんだって聞かれました。
Okay.
それは、俺が地動説の意味を知ったとき、多分感動したからです。そしてそれが日に日に強くなってる。
何が言いたい？
つまり俺は、ちょっと前までは早くこの世を出て天国へ行きたかったけど、
I'm now ready to die for hell.
今はこの感動を守るために地獄へ行ける。
Damn, man. What a character
きっと
growth.
それが何かを知るということだ。
How is the show so good at writing characters?
そうですか。
君の選択は地動説という学術研究への関わり方として大いに間違ってるぞ。
What if it's wrong? What if you die for nothing?
ですね。しかし、
Wrong answer.
俺は
Oh.
地動説を信仰してる。
Oh man, he's carrying on the torch of Raphael. Oh my god, that line has so much more meaning now. It's his faith.
救世主は私
What they
た
were
ちに
discussing
約束
earlier,
した
right? What separates faith from.
私は復活であり命である。
Oh my
私は
god. Okay. I need to watch this again.
地動説を信仰してる。
Ah, it's become his faith.
なぜ
Even more powerful.
慈しみ深き彼
The music, dude, this
この世
moment.
からあなたのもとへお呼びになったこの者をどうか約束の通りあなたの国にお
Is
受
it
け入
forming
れ
a
ください。
rite of some sort?
すべての罪のほしから解放され
Dude,
永遠の
this is
光
so
のうちに
fucking
迎え
epic.
られ救われた人々と共に復活の栄光のうちに立ち上がることができますように。
Every freaking episode, dude.
アーメン。
I love the show. Oh my god, I love the show. Oh my god, Okuji. He is the phantom of liberation. Well,
お
he's a ghost.
わざわざお出迎えいただけると。構えて。
Oh god, crossbows. Whoa, man, good reflexes. Holy shit, look at him. I didn't know Okuji was this good and this scary.
ところで君、戦闘経験は
Probably not.
初めてです。
I mean, they're inquisitors.
それいい人材は回してくれないか。
I mean, he knows Okuji can fight from the previous
俺だっ
encounter.
て職務を全うするためにここにいます。
You're gonna die for your duty.
出ました。取り調べの結果、犯人は悪魔に取り憑かれてると判明した。恨みにとらわれてるわけじゃないですが、異端を殺す覚悟はできてます。
So easy to label an entire
それは
group like that.
けどその覚悟は私の言ってる
Are you prepared to die?
つまり君には殺された兄弟のため死ぬ覚悟があるか。
はい。
Yeah. Oh my god, come on. Oh shit, that is some final destination shit.
いい加減にしてよ。これだから新兵。
Oh god. Unless someone comes to rescue either of them, oh, maybe Badeni.
死ぬ覚悟ないでしょ。
Only one of them is coming out of this.
確かめます。
Fucking hell. Either Yolenta or Badeni. I don't know who's gonna come to break the fight, but I don't want either of them to die. Shit. Oh, I didn't write anything. Alright. I control myself to not jump at the next episode because I'm so scared for Okji. Because this show can kill off main characters. It did it once, it can do it again. But yeah, let's just go through some of the conversation that happened in this episode. In particular, one between Badeni and Okuji. That was very, very insightful, and I'm so glad for Okuji's character growth. He's become such an interesting person, and I know that there's so much room for his character to grow. He should not be killed off. But such was the case for Raphael also, until his last moments when I realized that his arc was fulfilled. He passed on the torch, and Okuji is in a similar position to do that. I mean, he is prepared to die. He does not regret it. He's finally seen the light, just like with Grass and the heretic who handed them the necklace and everything. He finally sees it, what faith truly means, right? To believe in a cause and to die for it. Okay. So what I'm assuming who gave them the tip is Grabowski, right? When he saw that book. I don't know how that book came to be near the library. I'm not sure. Did Badeni or Okuji throw it at some point? I really don't know. I don't know how that happened, but I'm pretty sure it's a Grabowski. Because we never followed the tangent through, right? And then we just cut to this where Novak tells them that he was able to decipher whoever tipped them off was able to decipher the codes. Oh man. Okay, so he almost left, but obviously he sees the necklace that ties this whole show together, the pendant, I would say, and they know that they're screwed. They've got an hour tops, and this is where they have this amazing conversation. This show does dialogue so well, where Okuji sees all of these books burning, and from what I understand is that everything that has happened to him in this past few weeks, his whole character that he has built on the realization of what these books mean, of the events, the experiences, and what Yolenta's line was, right, that these books, or why people write, is because they wish to be remembered. They wish their memories to pass on to the future, so that someone could relive them through their words. So in a way, their memories, their lives, in a way that is being burned, the legacy of work, just like what Piast felt, right, when 2000 years of history, he said, is meaningless. But that's in a different, I guess that's in a different context. But yeah, Okuji definitely feels he gets very defensive here, that why are you burning? But then he takes the conversation somewhere else, that by burning all this, what Badeni is doing is he's basically isolating himself, and all the body of knowledge that they have accumulated, the work that they've done on the heliocentrism theory, it'll all be left to Badeni and no one else. He's not gonna share it. And I guess Okuji finds it sad, but he challenges him in an intellectual way that if you're gonna do that, what separates us from Pias and all the other people who valued their legacy and what they would, their ego, their legacy, their own ambition over truth, right? Over the pursuit of truth. Because he is very right to say that if you're gonna be the only one working on it, you will get biased, you will get tunnel vision, because we see that in the previous episode, or was it the episode prior to it, when Badini finally has that eureka moment, right? And he's like, God, I may have it. What happens is that once an idea gets a hold of you, you get so excited and you start running towards it full speed, you don't realize that maybe you went in the wrong lane, right? Because all you want to do after that is validate your theories, and you won't even realize it. Unconsciously you start doing it, and that can always happen. And the idea that you might be wrong feels stupid, right? Feels ludicrous. And Badini could go through it. I mean, it could very well be wrong. Heliocentrism could be wrong. For all he knows, in the next 2-3 centuries, it could be wrong. Flat Earth theory. Subscribe to that. Flat Earth theory. That's the truth. Anyway, so I mean, look at this. The atomic model, right? First it was, if you've learned in school, I still remember, we learned about Thomson's pi model, right? About seeds being in a cherry pie, and that's how he modeled the atomic structure, the structure of the atom. And then Niels Bohr came and he laid down his own model with the nuclei at the center. The proton at the center. I forget, but it's very similar to a solar system of rings, right, with electrons revolving around a proton. I think that was his model, and we were taught that in class 9th or 10th, and it sounded amazing. It sounded correct. It sounded infallible. Like this makes a lot of sense, because in my mind also, when I was learning about that model, I just started filling in the gaps. That this makes sense, this is correct. And then 11th and 12th we were taught about Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, right? And the whole idea that the atom structure is not about concentric circles, it's more like a probability field. And it got very complicated about electrons charging, getting excited, and if you observe an electron, its position will be uncertain and all that stuff. It's all about probability, and then quantum mechanics, and then I lost sense of what it all means. But my idea is that it was such a whiplash when we learned about it in 11th and 12th, that the whole thing that you learned about Niels Bohr and his structure, I think it was Niels Bohr, I might be wrong, but yeah, his structure, it was all wrong. I couldn't believe it, right? So imagine if you are the one doing the research and you dedicate your entire life to it. And I did touch upon it with Piast, but especially with Badeni, because he's willing to listen. When Okuji brings this topic up, he's like, okay, continue, because Badini is not the kind of person, and it might be true of most scholars, he's not the kind of person to quash something if it starts making sense, because he wants the challenge, and he wants to be able to prove that I am right through the court of argument. So unlike the church, which will silence any dissent, Badini does allow him to voice his thoughts out, and then if he had the time, he would confront it. I like that about Badini. He's willing to face a debate, but at the same time, that's what Okuji is saying, that by not sharing knowledge, you offer no opportunity for criticism, and that speaks about your character as being, what do you say, you're not confident. It appears like that's how it'll appear to other people, right? If you're not going to share it, then you're just going to bottle it up, and you're not going to look confident in your stance when you present it to the world finally, that this is the truth, because you didn't offer anyone the time or the means to challenge it. And it will get challenged multiple times through many generations and many people, and you have to be willing to live with it. It's not going to be the sum total of your entire life's work that will be the truth. And that's what Okuji is trying to say, right? When he thinks about all the people who have passed on, that hope that is so scary that he points out in this moment, and that is what it means to pass on the torch, um, to have other people refute or challenge your idea and build on it. You know, you will be appreciated. Like, you have to let go of that ego, but obviously Badini can't let it go that easily. That's where his character arc will lead to, and it will be quite emotional when he finally realizes that. I don't want him to die, but still. I mean, if you're trying to pursue the truth, and that means science, it's the whole idea of science is to try and dispute and disprove something. And if you can't dispute or disprove it, then you have to accept it. That's how a hypothesis work. Accepting hypotheses work. Right? You try to reject the hypothesis, and if you can't, then you have to accept it. That's the correct way of approaching things. But then the discussion goes to what science and how it differentiates from what is science and how it differentiates from faith. And he brings up this very important point, right? Faith is something that the sanctity of faith. What is the line? The sanctity of faith is beyond logic or reason. And it comes beautifully later on in the next scene, where he talks about heliocentrism is my faith. It's gone beyond logic or reason, right? It's replaced my earliest stance on life and what I thought about the heavens, and now it's heliocentrism that I clutch onto, and I will not let it falter. I will hold on to that. No logic or reason, because it gives him inspiration to move on, and because it has given him this inspiration, that thing that has grown inside him, he wishes, just like Raphael, to pass it on to other people who may also experience it, just like with Grass and the other heretic that he encountered, and now him. He's willing to die for that inspiration. I think why he brings up this point of allowing other people to critique, challenge your ideas, is because his own perception since he was a child was about, the heavens being something that you cannot touch, and the earth is a hellish place at the bottom of the universe. And when he allowed his views to be challenged by Grass and then by Badeni, it liberated him, right? And that's how I take it. That's what he wants to offer back to Badeni. That will give you hope to move forward. This way of thinking, just like it has with me. Like, don't enclose yourself in an echo chamber. Even if it means swimming in the waters of imperfection, like how Badeni says, it's better than to live a life of, like, living a lie, basically, your whole life, and trying to prove it despite your best efforts. You will fail, and you will end up like Piast. Unfortunately, before they could depart and say their goodbyes, freaking Novak, who's in a very foul mood because obviously his daughter is involved, and he wishes to personally take this matter into account and try to clear his daughter's name, because I'm assuming he believes the bishop doesn't know about his daughter's involvement, and his faith is his daughter, right? That's what he believes. That's what his wall is behind him, that he's trying to protect. Just like this, heliocentrism is for Okuchi. So at the end, when they're both fighting for those two different. He's fighting for his daughter's protection and life, and he's fighting for heliocentrism being his faith, and they're both willing to die. And that's what the conversation at the end was, I think. And then we get this epic scene where Okuchi picks up his sword, ready to fight for his faith now that he completely believes in, and willing to die. No confusion, no hesitation. There's such epic moments in this show. It's a show about astronomy. Oh man, so good. I don't know what Badini does when I think he performs a rite, absolves him of his sin, and there walks Okuji. Yeah, this scene. Damn. Larger than life characters sometimes. Yeah, here we get the church's goons who have their faith challenged. Shaky foundation. They don't really believe in uh, the church and the religion because it was forced on them. They just believe it by default. They don't really question it. When you question, you offer, you allow criticism, you allow someone to challenge your faith, and then you still stand above all that. That's what reinforces your faith, right? That's what happened with Okji. I like how all these conversations and these themes interweave between each other within the episode and build on the previous episode. The writing is flawless. It's near flawless. It's very tight. It's very well. It's woven together very well. Not a single conversation or scene feels wasted or feels extra. It all is in service to the plot, the themes, the characters. Yeah, and after this conversation about what it means to kill is you have to be prepared to die. Those who kill should be prepared to die. I think I've read that line somewhere, maybe in another anime or some other show. It's quite a famous line. But yeah, that's what he brings up here. Obviously, these guys fall apart like twigs, and in comes the final confrontation. Oh, another thing that I wanted to touch upon when Okuji talks about heliocentrism is my faith, and Badeni challenges him, giving back his own words about, it's a theoretical model. Heliocentrism, just like you said, it might not be true. It's foolish to give your life to it. But what Okuji says later on, that why what he says heliocentrism being his faith is, it doesn't matter if it's wrong, because a wrong answer is not a meaningless one, right? That's what Raphael's mentor had told him back then, which he repeats in episode 3. I think someone had said it in the later episode as well, and now Okuji is kind of implying that, right? That's what I love about this show. It's so well connected, all the themes, all the lines, the dialogues, so many things I could quote back and forth between every episode. But yeah, let's get into episode 13 and see what the hell happens, because one of them is dying. I don't want either of them to die. It's too early for them. They're such good characters, both Novak and Okuji.
君死ぬ覚悟ないでしょ
Freedom.
それを今から確かめます。
Whew. It's gonna be one freaking cool fight. It's the only time I'm not excited about the fight, because I do not want this to happen. Whoa. Shoot. What the hell was that? The same move, right? Oh my god.
死ぬ怖さなんてこの世を肯定する怖さと比べたら軽いものだ。
Well said. No. Come on. No, dude. Okay. Fuck. Fuck. Oh. Oh. Do I want him to die now? Oh. Wait, this is the character we saw in the. We seen the. Wait, okay, this is Okiji?
授業は終わったよ。
What?
すぐに忘れるほど私の授業
That was
は
Okiji in the opening?
どんな夢だね。
Oh god, this episode is gonna
あるも
be
の
something. I can already tell.
しかしそれを公にしては
公にしなければどうやって議論するのだ。
Is this his internal thoughts? How he's visualizing
外へ出て話そうか。
his dreams of what if? His mind constructs all this. Wow. That's what we see in the opening.
ここは
Future.
もうじき見解へ届く。
Possible future.
私はね、今立っている大地が丸いことを未だに信じられない。
Flat Earth, baby!
この塔が完成したら天空からこの目で地球を見られる。
Staircase to heaven.
どんな形なのか、どんな色なのか、
Oh man.
どんな大きさなのか。
The first astronaut who went to space and saw Earth.
大変
All the
楽しみだ。
lives. The various
こんな
centuries.
もの立てていいのですか
Progress is like entropy.
指導説を研究した。
この世に期待
To
する
have hope in this world. It's a scary thing.
君個人の認識はそうなっているのか。しかし、それはただ表面的な理由付けに過ぎない。
Okay.
本当は無縁のものだと思っているようだがね。
Servant is something that you'll
まあ
never
しか
have.
し人は元来自然にそれに憧れ、それを欲するように設計されているのだよ。
Episode
そして
name?
私はそれを求めるところこそが人間の数少ない尊さであると考えている。君が心の底で憧れ求めたものがある。それに気づきたまえ。
Why does it feel like Attack on Titan? Something that you have longed for, that you're slave to, and you believe that you'll never likely obtain it. Man built the tower on the river
彼の
Styx.
スープを飲ませていたから生きながらえたんだろう。ここは異端審問所内の医療施設だ。
Oh my god, the torture is gonna happen.
1週間
しかししぶとい生命力だ。まあ適切な治療の賜物だが。
Foreboding music in the background.
なぜ
Discordant.
なぜ命なんて
There is something to respect about Okiji that Novak surely has after seeing his resolve and the necklace.
なあ、
But
これは個人的な話だ。
but his daughter,
ちょっと気になってることがあるから。
how much is my daughter involved?
私はずーっと不思議だった。
Okay, this thing.
なぜ異端が現れる
Why indeed?
だっておかしいだろう。我々は約束されてるんだぞ。じっと善良に生きていれば天国へ行ける。
You don't believe in that.
なぜそれを自ら棒に振るようなことをする
Asking the question that he asked Raphael.
といる。
Yeah.
一体どういう理屈だ。どういう動機だ。
Completely unconnected.
悪魔以外の理由があるなら。
But they all
異端はなぜ存在する。
are riding that same wave,
そんなの分かりません
the thread that binds them.
靴にも憧れて求めてしまったからだと思います
何を求めたというんだ。
それに応えるのは君だ。
自由を
There's the Eren inside him.
獣と変わらないじゃないか。
そうなのかもしれません
Yeah, but you're enforcing that law.
今ある規範を疑えないなら
Yeah, and you're not
それも
allowing it to be
獣と大して
challenged.
変わらない
普通に考えて異常だと思わないか。
It's so interesting that Novak is even having this conversation and open conversation because he truly is baffled. Like, why? Why would you throw your lives away? It's so interesting. His character is so interesting.
太陽だと信じて私の部下を3人も殺した。
You do the same thing!
信奉だ。
Dude, you do the same thing.
住所を外したつもりですが死んでしまいましたがお互いに信念のために働いた
Badeni. Huh? Oh, okay. Pass.
例の石箱ってどうなってます？
かと言ったら見せてくれ。
はい書いたと言っても誤字も多いと思うのでよければ指摘を
Bloody hell, man.
で燃やした方がいいに決まってる。
Dude,
単純な疑問なんですが
you're missing the point.
提出できるものがないですよね
That is also
審問の時
good
証拠を
point.
燃やしたからないと正直に言って相手に信じてもらえるんでしょうかないことは証明できない
He's a lot smarter than I gave him credit for.
その場合どうすれば
Thinks on these weird tangents.
もういいですか
Oh man,
俺本当に何も知らないんで
he's not gonna believe it.
拷問の本質とは何か。答えは単純。信念と交渉材料を天秤にかけること。
You're gonna
大概はこれで吐く。
a lot of people fabricate the truth.
だが稀におかしな奴がいる。違うよ。君が材料だ。
Huh?
入れ。
They caught him? Oh man.
彼に情報を吐いてもらう。さて。
Okay. Fuck.
これで役者は揃った。世界において境界正統派に睨まれたら逃げるなんて不可能。
Man looks so defeated.
じゃあ早速仕事を
Man, so sad looking.
バデーニさん。
Badeni's lost all his spirit.
境界正統派に睨まれたら逃げるなんて不可能だ。
God damn it, that expression on his
じゃあ
face.
早速仕事をさせても
No.
らう。バデーニさん、くれぐれも質問には正直に答えてくださいね。でないと苦しむ。
God damn it, no, like burn in hell. All my empathy and sympathy
悪
has
魔
gone out the window.
通じてる。
いいえ。
Okay, that's what's happening.
では黒ミサへ出席したことは
What the hell is a black mass?
いいえ。
Okay, satanic group.
では黒ミサへ出席したことはい
いえ。もし捕まっても魔女に騙されたと密告する。
Will you do it? Will you do it?
言いません。
そうか。まず君らに感謝を伝えたい。恥ずかしながら君らのおかげで自らの過ちを受け止め素直に反省することができた。私の職務怠慢についてな。今までに変わるきっかけがなかったわけじゃない。
What is he
い
going
や
on?
むしろ明確なのがあった。八重の娘に近づくなどという蛮行を許してしまった。
Okay.
止める機会はあったのに。君らのネックレスは彼のものだ。どういう経緯か知らんが、時と場所を超えて君らが持っていた。
You can't stop the
10
truth.
年前から私がもっと真剣に働いていた。
No matter how many people you kill, torture, The truth, your enemy is a very persistent one.
情けないことはない。
That's what Raphael said, right?
だから君らにはありがとうなんだ。
You might as well torture the entire population.
目が覚めた。さて本題だが、
He's not got the message.
君らはどこからかあの研究を引き継いだ。
その悪夢みたいな状況を受け入れるしかない。
No, man, I can't see it. My chip being you two, I can't see it.
答えろ。
どうやら根本的なことを勘違いされているようだが、そもそも私は先人への配慮も研究成果を後進に託す気もない。編集された論文が今この世にある指導説のすべてです。10年越しの大仕事だと息巻いているところ申し訳ないですが、もう事件は解決している。
He's not gonna buy
あ
it.
なたの出番はない。だからいくらオクジー君を拷問しても無駄ですよ。
This is personal for
随
him.
分あっけない答えじゃ
He's not gonna let it simmer down.
ですがそれが真相です。
怠けていたと言ったが、これでも毎日働いてるんだ。そうすると分かるようになる。嘘をついている顔くらいは。
今の私の話に論理的矛盾がありましたか？
I'm sorry, I'm not saying anything, but I can't say
話
anything.
の筋は通ってるかもしれないな。なら、
Are we really seeing this play out? Oh my god, this thing again.
今から確認しよう。
So, a couple of episodes ago, I think my sister who introduced me to this show, and even some comments were talking about episode 14. Episode 14, you gotta watch episode 14. I can't watch episode 14, it's too scary. Something to that effect. Now I get it. I was dreading this ever since I saw episode 11 when they introduced Novak closer to like Novak and Yolenta, episode 11 or episode 10, I don't remember which one. But I just had this thought, oh shit, they're going there. Episode 14, now I have a picture in my mind as to what episode 14 is. And my worst fears are probably going to come true next episode. He's going to go through with the torture. I don't know who's going to break first. I don't want to see it. I hate this show. In the best way possible, I hate this show. Something internal inside me that just rages and becomes so infuriated over these characters that I'm so attached to being treated like this by someone who I also think is a great character. I just hate the whole affair, honestly. I don't know if I can take one more episode of torturing and all this. I need some hope, man. The church, the inquisitors cannot be this powerful. I really don't want to go through this episode again. But yeah, let's talk about this dream-like event that happened that we'll probably get more into in the next episode, where their characters are laid bare as to what makes Okuji and Badini tick. How Novak is gonna break them, more likely or not, because I don't know how they're gonna escape from here. Like, there is no trump card for them. Like, who's gonna? How do they come out of this alive? I know both of them won't die. It's too much. I'm assuming Badini is gonna die and come to the realization that Okuji was talking about, or passing on the torch to Okuji, someone like Okuji, because he has been, the show has been building him as the next in line, right? He's learned how to read and write. He even wrote a book about it, though he's not that knowledgeable. But here they were talking about what really drives him, right? It's not something, it's not hope that he wants to place in this world. It's something more raw, something more primal, or not something as passive as hope, but something that is a basic need of every human. freedom, right? Freedom to explore, freedom to pursue the truth, freedom to believe, to live. It's a very powerful theme and emotion. I mean, as I said, Attack on Titan, if you've seen it, you know how prevalent that theme is. It's built into Eren, the main character, and several other themes, several other characters. It's something that I latch onto as well quite a lot, which is why it infuriates me that the church impinges on uh, these guys and bears down its authority on the freedom and restricts people by putting this code that you have to follow and cannot be challenged. That is what Okuji is fighting against, and that is what inspires him to give up his life. That's what inspires him especially, but in a lot of ways the other researchers, the scholars, all the heretics who he has tortured. Underneath that hope and pursuit of knowledge and beauty, there's this overarching theme of freedom. Badeni being captured within this episode was really a shock. Okuji had, he had, what do you say, resigned to his fate. Okay, I'm going to challenge, I'm going to give my life, lay down my life for Badeni, for my faith. But Badeni being arrested, it's just the same sadness that I felt with Rafael. But I don't know, man. Badeni is putting on a brave face, but the way his expression was drawn, so much. I remember the 2 episodes ago, right, when he was so excited. He was dry heaving into the grass. He was punching at the walls, Badeni having his flaws and being an arrogant, arrogant asshole. His, like I said, his animated character, his thirst for knowledge, and his ambition. Really, it's you can't help but root for the guy, and for him to be captured, and for all, in his mind, his entire life, what all he was trying to build, is gone. I don't know, man. I don't want to see the next episode. I think this episode also touched on a lot of the earlier discussions that we had about Badeni burning everything away, and the whole discussion we had with Badeni and Okuji. But Okuji brings up this another more terrifying thought, that if you burn everything away, we won't have any bargaining chips. Same thing that Novak was facing. He realized that Okuji is not someone who's gonna break, so he needs something more for him to bargain his pain with. Novak is a believable character because, as much as I wish he just turned heel, he's not gonna do that. A character like him, his whole life being this torturer, he's not just gonna bend over and just accept it. Well, what I mean is that he's not just gonna open up his mind. He's too far down into it. He doesn't really care about the faith, honestly. Right? He's just a dog of the church, and he does it for his daughter. His daughter is his world. Rafael had him spooked, but yeah, I was unfortunately sorely mistaken for assuming that he would, join one of the good guys. This is not a fairy tale. This is reality. I'm dreading the next episode. I'm gonna watch it next time, obviously, with episode 14 and 15. I think this week episode 15 came out. I'll probably catch up in the next 1 or 2 weeks. I don't know what to discuss here, man. My mind is just very fuzzy with what I'm assuming is gonna be a Saw level episode, torture. But I feel like Okuji might bring up this front that Rafael had and challenge. I feel like Novak is looking for an answer that maybe deep down, I'm still giving him the doubt uh, benefit of the doubt that maybe he can be reasoned with. But even if he can be reasoned with, right, even if he does believe in them, he has no authority. It's the church. The church will never listen. They will never relinquish power. Now what this is coming to is that Badini will he give up his life to protect Okuji, because Okuji is the one getting tortured, right? And Badini has proven himself very selfish, but they had this conversation last episode. It's going to come into play in his decision here. And what Novak took out from this was that Badini is lying. I mean, I believed in him, and he told the same to Okuji also, that he has burned everything. But then they had this conversation, right? If you burn everything, then how do we bargain with? Maybe that was the reasoning, or maybe he did, or maybe Okuji did really reach him back when they were about to be attacked by the inquisitors, that if you burn everything and keep everything to yourself, like, you'll kill the inspiration and the hope for the future generations. So I don't know which line of reasoning got to him, but he has definitely hidden his materials somewhere. And Novak, being the experienced torturer he is, son of a bitch, he caught on to that. So he's going to torture him for all it's worth. And that's episode 14. I am not ready for it. At least I have a week before that. His favorite toy comes out. What will you give up in the pursuit of truth, right? That was the first line in episode 1. Oh man. Okay. I didn't write anything. Not that detail of a discussion for episode 13, because episode 14 is where most of the discussion will be. 14 and 15, I'm assuming. And we'll touch upon Okuji's character even more over there. This alternate future that he's thinking of, that he's finally reading and writing as attending university in the pursuit of his project of heliocentrism, and the way he's visualizing that how we'll reach the stars and we'll be able to observe down is this infinite tower that ascends to the heavens. Very beautiful, very eerie, definitely. Alright, that's it for this episode, these 2 episodes, this amazing show, this torturous show. Yeah, see you guys in the dreaded episode 14 and 15 next time. Bye.